everybody. Thank you very much. As you mentioned, I was asked today to speak about the market surveillance rules in the new construction products regulation, especially linked to the question of enhancing compliance of products. And so, very good. Is now better? Can you hear me well? Very good. And you can also see my presentation. Very good. All right, I will speak mainly about the market surveillance rules in the new construction products regulation. Although I must already say from the beginning that the question of compliance also, I think, touches upon, or is how to say, enhanced by other rules in the current regulation and also rules in the new CPR, which has also in other parts, not strictly only in the market surveillance chapter, but also other chapters of the new regulation, I think, contain important rules that were intended to, and I think the Commission believes that they will help in enhancing compliance of the products, also in terms of the fire safety. Let me start with something which is very important, and it remains the same under the current and also the future CPR. You don't see the slide? So I'm here. Share. Do you see the slides now? Okay, so in case they disappear again, just let me know, please. So the CPR is about harmonized conditions for the marketing of construction products. It's about the free movement of construction products, common technical language, the CE marking of construction products, while the rules which are in place to ensure the safety of construction works, also fire safety, are national building codes. So indeed, one of the main rules and regulations to look for in order to ensure let's say, also the compliance and safety are the national building codes, which do indeed, when setting the requirements, rely on standards, essential characteristics set there, and the classification also fire classification set up in the regulations adopted under the CPR. But it is for the national rules to set the fire-related requirements and other safety requirements, the required level, and also where and how certain products should be installed. This is not regulated under the CPR. So in this is important to keep in mind. This also then means that also the market surveillance under the CPR, it is indeed market surveillance on the compliance with the CPR, which is done by market surveillance authorities, and it is also different there than building control. Building control controls the compliance with the national building codes, and even though it's in many countries, this is done by the same authority, maybe even the same people. These are two different exercises. Anyway, as I said, so also the compliance with the CPR, with the correct, if we say, declaration of performance, that the products do have the performance that is declared, that they do have the CE marking, let's say that they do have all the necessary documentation, They do kind of say reach the declared classes or thresholds. This is also very important, an important aspect of compliance, and that's why everybody was alerted when the in impact assessment identified weaknesses in this respect and showed the need for strengthened and equal market surveillance throughout Europe. So this was one of the important goals of the revision of the CPR. So that's why there have been quite many new provisions. This is all in red, adopted only in this area, and many provisions were also improved. So I will focus only on some of them, on the most important ones. Also, I'll skip through some slides and highlight also some things which are not relevant strictly only for market surveillance, but connect to this, and they are, I think, relevant for the presentations that were done by the previous presenters. So I say, first, we wanted to strengthen, it's important to strengthen market surveillance. And for this one, maybe at this point already to mention the most, let's say, important things. We have set up more, let's say, streamlined provisions for non-compliance and safeguard procedures that will enable member states to market surveillance authorities to act where there is in all different cases of non-compliance. So it will not, now there was a problem that in cases of, let's say, not reached declaration of performance, there was also additional conditions that there was a risk for the safety of construction works, but this, for example, has now been resolved. So they are, in all cases of non-compliance, the market surveillance authorities can act, and there is very clear procedures established for these actions. In addition, so here on the bottom of my screen, so is clear sanction system. So there are actually penalties foreseen to be set up by the member states for different types of non-compliances. And these non-compliances are also now kind of listed in Article 90. And member states are also asked to set up a system of proportionate and fair penalties for these non-compliances. In addition, also important, member states are also fighting lack of resources, also monetary resources. So the new regulation has a possibility, says that market surveillance authorities, in cases they discover a non-compliant products, they can ask back for the retrieval of their costs from the economic actors. So for retrieval of the costs for document inspections and also for product testing. There is also foreseen a possibility of support by EU. So first of the coordination, common trainings, investments in equipment, joint projects, which would be supported, organized by European Commission and also financed to some extent. So this then brings us, I think, for next two really important, I think, new provisions, which will, in our belief, really enhance compliance, and they reach out on the out of the market surveillance, directly a market surveillance chapter. And these are first one are information requirements for economic operators. So now has been set really for all the economic operators, means manufacturers, distributors, importers, authorized representatives, so to really provide information to market surveillance authorities and to cooperate with them. Also to highlight, it's also there for in case of imported products, there is Here again repeated the requirement of the market surveillance regulation to have an authorized representative that has to provide market surveillance authorities with all the documentation, DOP, DOC, information sheets, instruction for use. So really to have also in case of imported products where the manufacturer might be in China or somewhere else. So but have a person responsible in the European Union that can provide all this information. And also the last one, so the rules for CE marking themselves, I think this is also very important in terms of what was already presented about the awareness of all the actors about the requirements under the CPR. So now it's set in the new CPR a very important obligation of the manufacturer to already in the CE marking include permalinks, which lead to the European, it will lead to the manufacturer's website, and also to the European, foreseen European database. Well, by one permalink, you'll come to declaration of performance, a new declaration of conformity, technical documentation, instructions for use. And also also additional information if there will be under the standards. This is also one new element. There will be a possibility to set up also requirements for installation, requirements for kind of inherent product safety. So I cannot go in all these details, but the new CPR also enhances the also standard system in this respect. And what is, I think, important here, the manufacturer now has enhanced obligations to share this information very clearly with the, let's say, users, both consumers and also professional users. And I think also from what has been shared now, this will contribute to the compliance and safety. And there is another really important also the obligation. So, and I think it's also important in this framework. Of course, the manufacturer has to ensure the compliance of its products, but now our new responsibilities of all economic operators, so also distributors, importers, and authorized representatives to check compliance of the products. So this doesn't mean they need to do again the testing, but they need to check if the product has all the necessary documentation and if the necessary testing has been done and if all certificates are there. So I think this will really enhance the compliance of the products. So they should not anybody contribute to not compliance of the others. And there is obligation to inform market surveillance authorities in cases where there is actually danger for safety of the building or of people of property. So in other cases, in all the cases, in Article 19, everybody, so it's let's say all operators may inform authorities, but when the product presents a risk to human safety or environment, they shall immediately inform the competent authorities. And then, yeah, and this is, I think, also very relevant from the discussion where we had. It was mentioned that many people, they don't know where to whom to turn in case they kind of think the products are non-compliant. So that's why it has been so in a, let's say, alongside as an alternative, also set up under the new regulation the complaint portal, where any natural or legal person can share complaints of possible non-compliances with this regulation. So this will be parallel to member state reporting system. It will not, and it will really be just with the idea to have another possibility for those who don't know where to turn to. The Commission will just receive these complaints, and it will forward them to the competent national authorities responsible to dealing with them. Yeah, so I think I'm my time is running up, so I'll just skip through the next slides. There also market surveillance authorities are also enhanced in terms to possibility to turn to more specialized market surveillance, let's say specialized authorities. I already mentioned there will be streamlined procedures for non-compliances. Also, it's a clear setup procedure in case the products will be identified by market surveillance authorities by several member states. Then, this is also very important. So I think we also actually, with the wish to help member states to alleviate the lack of resources, the Commission is under the new regulation empowered to adopt delegated acts to establish minimum number of checks of member states on specific products, and also where relevant nature of these checks, and also minimum resources of market surveillance authorities. So this is actually really a provision which is meant to help national surveillance authorities, which are often not allocated enough resources by their home member state. And then there is more reporting and benchmarking, which will also, I think, for kind of make a contribute to stronger market surveillance, and to show if in case there will be really some lacks for certain products. And then there will be also information system for harmonized decision making to clarify the questions where many rules, there is a question how to be interpreted, how to be applied also in terms of market surveillance. And we believe that this system will kind of enable to clarify these questions, and then also enable more targeted and harmonized actions throughout whole Europe. And also the Commission will organize trainings for the market surveillance authorities. At least they will be at least once a year, and there will be exchanges foreseen for the staff of the member states. So just to see now, I'll go, I think here is many things which repeat, but I can, so it all leads to better market surveillance grip. All together what I already mentioned, more information, obligations to inform, obligations to report non-compliances, trainings which are here, clear sanction systems, minimum resources, minimum checks, retrieval of cost, finance support by European Union. And also, yeah, these are things which I didn't mention. There are also, these are related provisions. There are also obligation of the manufacturer to give information on the product upstream and downstream. So where he got the components, from whom, the bank accounts, all the information of addresses, and also downstream. So, and we believe this will also enable the market surveillance authorities to have a better grip. There will be more cooperation between market surveillance authorities. And so, as I said, we believe that all this will contribute to the enhanced compliance. This was also the goal, and we expect this to happen. So thank you.